Okay, hi everybody. It's Chuck, it's Bill. I know we're ready for this episode. Last week was our, first one of 2024, Tranont Men's Health, and we're kind of just we're changing things up a little bit. And so I'm looking forward to sort of getting this sort of new routine going again. But
Yep.
first I'm going to throw it to you and say, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, everything's good down here in Jersey. I mean, like most of the country, it's cold. Not as snowy as you may have it up there in Canada, but still snowy enough, for everybody. But yeah, cold. I think cold would be the word, right?
It's good for outdoor hockey rinks. Like I'm out there
That's
at
for
midnight
sure.
putting extra floods on there. So it's good for keeping the kids busy when they're cooped up. But they don't stay out as long. But again, they just have to go to my backyard. So it's not too bad.
That's awesome. That's very
Yeah,
cool.
that's great. Yeah, so again, we're kind of you last time I really liked you prompted me with a question on New Year's resolutions and I took it from a bigger thing and I really got off. I'm like, oh, I really should have said this. I really should have said that. So I have some more follow-ups I think that I could go into, but I want to throw it to you from that overall health
Well,
aspect because that's really what it's about. This is what we're here for.
yeah, when you and I decided to do this, first it was about men, and I've
Yeah.
always said like my friends, my guy friends are dumb. Um, But I think forget about dumb for a minute. As guys, we don't listen to our bodies that well. We just kind of blow it off, and whatever kind of pain and ailments we go through, we kind of wear it like a badge of honor. But I just think as our PSA, like so I just had a colonoscopy. So for those people who don't know, I was diagnosed with colon rectal cancer, stage 3B at the age of 48. 48's young for that. It really is.
Mhm.
And I would be the first to tell you I didn't take the best care of myself. I didn't eat too poorly going into that, but not a lot of sleep, not, no vitamins, no healthcare products to speak of. The only reason I went to the doctor for anything was because my wife would make me go to the doctor for anything. And, I came out of my colonoscopy the other day, and that's probably my 12th colonoscopy in the past 12 years, if not more now, because I had to take some extra ones. And the doctor found a polyp, and not that that polyp was a big deal in terms, they took care of it, but you would think that I would be clean and I'm doing more things more healthy. And I just kind of stop and think if I hadn't done the follow up, and if I hadn't started taking better care of myself 3, 4 years ago and introduced some of these products about a year ago, what that could have been like. Right. And I think for all of our friends out there and the people we're trying to talk to, that cancer is a scary word. And I know every time you read an article about cancer, a lot of times you hear, well, it snuck up on him, or he was fine yesterday. And the fact of the matter was, he probably wasn't fine yesterday. He just ignored all the symptoms because we're not built to do that, I guess, right? We're just going to fight through it and make our way to work. And if I'm a little tired, it's because I'm not getting enough sleep, and or that little pain here, whatever there. And even thinking back on my condition, had I pieced everything together, maybe I would have gone to the doctor sooner, right? And not had to go through what I went through. And for the people who didn't know, I went through 9 weeks of chemo and radiation. I had 18 inches of my colon taken out. I had a temporary ileostomy that I didn't know was going to be temporary. So that was fun. And another 18 weeks of chemo. And it took me about a year. And forget about me. I never really worried about myself, but if you're not that concerned about yourself for all the reasons I just said, then what about the people around you that love you? So, I don't sit there and say, why me? Why did I get cancer? And I wouldn't change anything like that except for what it put my wife through. My kids were pretty resilient through it all, but for what it put my wife through. So if there's no other reason for you to go and do the colonoscopy like you're supposed to, or listen to your body or get things checked out, do it for the people that love you and go make sure you're okay. And we
Yeah.
talk about doing it for health, and that's the message that you and I have both been trying to get out there more than anything else. So it's kind of
Yeah.
one.
That's oh my every time I hear the story and just you're right, there's part of it in terms of your journey and what you've learned from it. And there's I can't even count on my hands right now how many people in my close circle day to day are having significant health issues because they may have ignored and always just done what they needed to do to get on there, whether it was a second job or do this or do that, and it's hitting them. And I think people are we're trying to give permission, and it took me a long time to give that permission to myself, but better, better now than never. And so, like, whether it's heart, whether it's cholesterol, whether it's things like that, it's just we're trying to get those conversations out there. And yes, overall health,
Right,
there are a lot these shows, have men's health in it, but we're the first ones to say that, you know, this can be applicable to anybody who's watching it. Even if you're tagging if you're a female associate or customer, or just learning about the products, and you tag your spouse or you have a brother, like the information's there. We're just trying to break down that stigma for the guys who are a little bit more stubborn in that case. So
right.
it's so important to take active now, than ever. So that's truly a point. So I'm glad that you brought it up and kind of really framed what we were doing with these episodes and just getting them out there.
Yep,
And for me, it's the same. Go back 2 years. I can't imagine not having these products or this
right.
community as part of it. I was in a really dark place, depression wise. I was in a place where, your overall health like feels into that as well. Your
Yeah. Oh,
brain
hey,
gets
mental health is your
yeah,
health. It really is.
yep. And whether it's from your gut, everything I've learned about how your gut is your second brain, to just vitamin B and the clarity in your head, and how that can counteract it, and everything that, the science of these products brings together and complements each other. I look forward to paying attention to my body more and more. I'm like, oh, maybe I feel this way a little bit today, and I might maybe have some more of these supplements on here, because there's so many products that I kind of chunk some of the different ones, like the multivitamins and the vitamin D and the K combined. Like, so I kind of say, okay, that's what I'm feeling today, and I can kind of pinpoint a product that I think would make sense, and I love that science
Right.
component. Yeah.
So, so let's talk about we decided we were going to talk about just one product so we don't kind of wear everybody out with 100 different things, right? You
Yeah.
don't have to take 100 different things, but
No.
tonight I know we're going to talk about Glow. I know you got your
Yes.
bottle of Glow.
Yeah. Love it.
I'm going to give you my quick story about that. So
Mhm.
I've got I keep all these episodes I've talked about me having arthritis in my back. And, if the company's done so well because of Transform, right? Because of our product Transform. And because Transform did so well and it worked for so many people, they were like, well, let's try some of this other stuff. And the company sells out of collagen, which is what Glow is. It's collagen.
Yep.
And I've got arthritis in my back. I'm not going to say it's debilitating. It's one of those things where it's difficult to get out of bed, stiff, painful. If I sat in a chair for too long, I had to put my hands on my thighs to push myself up. And since I've been taking collagen to glow, I don't have to worry about that. I don't have that. Right? And not that it's all the time, but when it's bad, it's bad. So we run out of collagen. I haven't had it for about a month or so. Really bad. I just get it back in again. And listen, it's not supposed to be an instant thing. I can immediately feel the benefit. I just don't hurt at all, not stiff. And I take it for granted, right? I jumped up out of the chair and I ran upstairs, which I couldn't do 3 days ago. So the collagen for me, just in terms of being active, athletic, uh, just being able to work, we talk about, I'm on my feet. I do like 30, 35 miles a week just walking in my store. And um, I don't know how I would do it without the collagen at this point in my life. So
So I'm going to ask you a question,
okay.
because this is all about, we're really focusing on a product to educate others. So I had my own kind of bias or preconceptions before you started learning about collagen. Like, if I asked you, not just as a guy, but as a person who maybe didn't know enough more about it, what did you think it was? Like, what did you associate it with? Like, was there anything that you said? Like, if I said collagen, you thought what?
Right. Well, you think beauty, right? You think just hair, skin, and nails, and that's it. You also think from some of the commercials you see on television, some of the other stuff, it's a lot of hype. And then you start learning about it and you learn what Glow has that the other ones don't.
Yeah.
And I've had other ones and tried other ones, and I never felt hands, scouts honor. I've never felt like this on the other collagens. This one has just been phenomenal. I know it's part of our process. I know it's water soluble. Um, all the good things about it. I just, but that's the for a guy. I mean, the guys that have bought it from me, that like, especially the ones that work with their hands a lot, like mechanics and stuff, don't have the same problems they had before. Their hands don't lock up. They don't hurt like they used to hurt. That's what they tell me unsolicited. That's what they tell
Oh
me.
yeah,
Just
absolutely.
trying to get people to understand that it does a heck of a lot more than just hair, skin, and nails. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm very vain, but the I just can't get over how good I feel joint wise with Glow Collagen. I just can't.
Yep, and to answer my own question too, I really thought from that beauty aspect, but almost like kind of, lip injections. Like that's how naive I was, to be honest, in this
Yep.
whole process. And so we'll kind of dig into what separates our product from others in a few moments. But for me, what really caught my eye with this product is actually because I was looking for biotin. Um, I always had connected looking, my grandparents with the brittle skin, always having the little sort of marks on their arms because they knocked it against something. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like my skin started feeling like that, thinner, more brittle. My nails, same, thinner, more brittle.
Yep.
And so I was looking for something with biotin in it. Our product has biotin in it. A very small few have biotin in it, and
Yep.
not nowhere close to the amounts that we have in our product. I think it's like 4,500 micrograms, which is like 15,000% more than your daily piece. And it also helps with hair. Like people, whether it's pandemic hair loss or thickening of hair, kind of healing up injuries, like it's so powerful. And so that's one big piece. It's a type 1, which is bovine, so there's other chicken and fish and so forth. So and it's hydrolyzed. So we talk about the process. It really makes those molecules so small so that it's even more absorbable
Right.
into
You get all the
our.
benefits out of it. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. And so then the other things we've learned as well, when we talked about the impact, and the impact of liquid collagen versus our sort of pill based or powdered based,
Yep.
is two-thirds more absorption, right?
Yep.
So you can be consuming the same amount daily with a third of the effects that you would get in this one. And the most intriguing thing I found when I was looking at this, and you're doing your research, of course, we have our transparency promise, which is it's all natural. Like this is
Yep.
not medicinal. It's gluten free. Like it's all plant based. So huge. But the big kicker for me was the patent of this product is based on creation and supporting burn victims out of a hospital. So it's not the exact same product. It's been adapted for more commercial use. But I'm like, okay, this is medical grade. So I'm
Right.
like, what did medical grade mean? Well, apps you would use it in that concept, which is so crazy to me. Uh, a hidden gem for me with this product too is that um, I wasn't great about balancing out my overall health. Having 10 grams of protein in there, like just to sort of either
Kick
kickstart
off.
your day or finish your
Yep.
day, help with
Yep.
that cell rejuvenation is so, so, so huge. So I found those pieces. And then immediately to your point, um, my neck, and my shoulders, where I was seeing the chiropractor, it was within a couple days. I used a leg pillow for my hips because I'm a bit bigger, a bit taller, so I was always waking up sore, not sore
Right.
anymore. And so, like, I'm going to pause there because I've done a lot of the talking in the last few moments, kind of breaking down with it. But when we look at the sort of like top 5 pieces of what this product is and can do compared to others, that's so huge in it. And then that source. And then even carbs, I think there's no sugars, there's no
Yeah.
carbs, no fat, and that's not true to all the other products that would be labeled as top 5 competitors in this space.
It's 40 calories. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, per serving, like, so, and because I've been out of it, I will take 2 doses a day for like 30 days just to get it
yeah.
back and up and running and stuff. But I was, the other day I was thinking, how in God's name am I going to play softball this year? Like I can barely run. I can barely get out of bed in the morning. What's going to happen? And after being back on collagen for a couple of days, I don't have that question anymore. I definitely am going to play. I feel tremendous. Like, I can't wait to get back in there and pitch and run and do everything else. So it's just, yeah, to me, it's amazing. It really, really is. And for people who say, well, so are you going to take this the rest of your life? Yes, yes, I am. I'm going to take
Yep,
it the rest of my life.
100%.
Um, I watch my parents and who were smokers, and I would say didn't live the best or the most healthy lifestyle. And when I go to visit them, how many pills they have to take, and how many health issues they have now, and for various different reasons. And I don't want to have that. I'd rather take a couple slugs of collagen and be on my way instead of, some kind of just concoction of all these pharmaceuticals that they have to have. I've mentioned it before. My sister, a couple of Christmases ago, we were all kind of sitting around, the brothers and sisters, and talking about, well, what pills are you on and what pills are you on?
Yeah,
And I'm
it
like, I'm
becomes
not on any pills. I'm the oldest in the family. I'm not on
yeah.
any. And they're on, cholesterol this and, diabetes that, and I don't have to take anything. So knock on wood, we're going to keep it that way. So,
Yeah, and it's pretty unique because there will be a lot of disclaimers, of course, that our products won't claim to cure all. Like there's a
yep.
lot of companies have that. This is what it's designed for. Everybody's body's different. However, if you're watching this in the ripple effect, if you're watching this in other angles, there are a lot of people's testimonies that say, the only thing I've changed in my diet, in my health routine, and in whatever you want to name it, is the Glow Collagen. We have seen, and that's again prefacing, this is not a cure all to it. I have seen testimonies where after 2 3 months there's lower cholesterol levels. Like the only thing they can attribute it. So I would encourage the people to check out other people's testimonies on there.
Yeah.
Type in Glow, type in collagen, liquid collagen into the ripple effect. There's now 120,000 people in this group who either bought, are inquiring with questions, and people are responding to our associate. It's massive. It was, I think, only 30,000 when I joined, just under 2 years ago. So I think that biggest thing is that it has these, when you're rejuvenating your whole body, what does that mean as byproducts when you do it? And I've seen so many different little things that you kind of sneak up on you, like you said.
Right. Well, if you're going to invest in yourself and use this product, there is an ancillary effect where you start to live a little healthier. You just do. I mean, I don't know about you, but like I do kind of watch what I eat a little bit more than I did before. And I was watching what I ate before. And maybe I don't indulge as much as I used to do, like I did before, because I want to be healthier. But I've
Yeah,
had, my cholesterol went down, and I would tell you, with the only thing I've done is take some of these products, which is different. Now, whether it's the collagen, whether it's some of the other things that we offer, maybe it's got to be a combination of everything, a better lifestyle, being active. But I've always been active, and my cholesterol was still just a tad high, not a high enough to be on anything. And this is the first time in 6 years, 7 years, where my cholesterol went down, not significantly. We're talking 5 6 points, but my good cholesterol went up.
yeah,
And that was
awesome.
from about a month or so ago, right? So I just kind of wanted to see, what it would do. But we always talk about your gut being your second brain, and all these things just kind of help you do that and help you feel better. So
Yeah, a million
love it.
percent. So pop quiz for you.
Uh-oh.
Are you, and there's only two choices because the third choice that we would have started off as non a flavor has been discontinued.
Yep.
Are you on the renewed? Have you tried the flavor? Have you tried the new strawberry banana flavor?
Not the new
Okay,
strawberry.
so we can't chew, but in general, as you know, strawberry banana, which was a little bit more tart, the idea of it, are you more of a pina colada type flavor? And are you a strawberry banana type flavor in concept or in actuality?
Well, the first one I had was strawberry banana,
Yeah,
and I got to admit it wasn't the best to me, anyways. Now, that being said, especially when you go through cancer, you have to drink a lot of things and take a lot of things you don't care for, and you grow to just it's fine, right? It was fine.
yeah.
However, that now, so the glow, this new batch glow that I just got, sat outside for probably overnight in the 10-degree weather.
Oh my
So
gosh.
so when I got it, I
Yeah,
opened it and it's cold. It wasn't frozen, it was cold,
no
and it
popsicle.
was the pina colada, and it was phenomenal. I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm putting it in the fridge and I'm doing this all the time. Like
yeah,
this, I can't believe how great this tastes. To be honest, I just, it's that's the one I will recommend to everybody as far as I'm concerned. It's
And the
really
strawberry
good.
banana definitely was tart before, but it also has
Better
undergone
now.
a new and improved taste flavoring, and it is amazing too. But you're
I'll
right.
trust you.
I did have one of my customers. I said, "How's it going?" And he said, "You know what? I love the taste so much. I would buy it just for the taste." And
Wow.
that's yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness, yeah. We'll also get the benefits of it, which is amazing.
Well, a guy on our softball team, we were talking about, hey, it's time to start getting in shape for softball season, right? I think I'm going to buy them all a bottle and give it to them and make them pay it, as we start to win more games and stuff like that, they can start paying me for it that way. Because I think once somebody kind of just says, I'm going to give this a shot, they're never going to go back. When they see how better they feel, they're just not going to go back to not taking it. So,
Yeah, it is. It is a challenge, though. I mean, I'm not saying that with every one of our friends, and we definitely have alluded to it being more about our guy friends. But man, I'm sitting around a table at a hockey tournament. I'm playing hockey, and oh, my knee, my this, or like, and I'm just like, I obviously I've shared my story.
yep.
They keep on saying, well, like, what's changed over the last 2 years? I'm like, this is what's changed. And still they're like, oh, like it's still getting to it. And obviously we've alluded to, again, I'm not using, I think that's the twice that I've used the word alluded in the last couple of sentences, but we've talked about really how obviously I respect people's hard-earned money. It's not
Oh,
as
yes.
simple as that, but you're right. It's hard to get that initial investment in yourself, to give yourself permission to buy that pillow that's more than $10, to buy some things that are, and it took me until 2 years ago to do that. So there's no time like the present. And with these products, I've never had anybody take advantage of it. There is a 30-day money back guarantee on them. That's how much Tranont stands behind it.
Yep.
So you can order, you can try it out for a whole month, and I would suggest, though, typical body adaptation is 2 to 3 months, but you should start feeling some things. But again, everybody's different. So if I'm saying my neck is one thing's in 3 days, well, maybe your neck is in 30 days. Like we can't, our society does say like that immediate gratification, whereas a lot of literature in the health would say a good routine is 2 to 3 months.
Yep, yep. I agree with that. I
Yeah,
agree with that. But I've had people who've taken it for a month and then when we sold out of it, didn't realize how much better they felt until they didn't have it.
huge.
You and I have talked that before too, right? So
Yeah,
a guy that buys it from me that was in a car accident and saying he talks about his shoulder and everything like that, and it really bothered him and started taking the collagen and now he lifts his arms up over his head, no problems, where before it was painful. So it does, everybody's body reacts differently to different things, but I really believe in this. You watch the testimonials, there's no way that it can't help a lot of
yeah,
people.
that's it. And you just summed it up perfectly, because the science behind collagen in our body is like it's those proteins that keep things together. And when our skin starts, those proteins aren't produced as much. So at the age of 25, our body stops producing collagen incrementally as we grow older. So that's natural with, whether it's skin or bodily functions and so forth. So we do need to replenish those. And whether psychologically people come in and might say, well, there's no way it's helping me. There's no way it can't. You just said it. Like, you are putting collagen back into your body, in which
Yeah.
your body relies on it for all these things and processes in your body. So I've even found that when I don't take it, that rejuvenation piece, my digestion even slightly goes off too. I'm not sure what the connection is there, but I find there is,
Yep.
for me, and it's pretty impactful.
Awesome.
Yeah. I could talk about it forever, but I
Yeah, I
think we're
think
at a good pause.
yeah, I think we are.
I don't think we missed anything, but if we did, we'll throw it in the chat. We'll come at it another episode, another week.
We'll do that ripple effect. Billy and I always say, reach out to Billy, reach out to me, or the person that put you on this, right? Like
Yeah,
we just want people to feel better, right? So while you and I are selling the concept, we're not selling for the sake of selling. This is stuff that has worked for us, and we want it to work for other people as well.
yeah, like selling hope. type of thing.
Yep,
To me, it's,
exactly. Yeah.
I'm feeling better than I ever have, and I want to just keep on getting. It's cyclical, like you said.
Yep.
Perfect. Well, as always, Chuck, it's amazing chatting with you. It's so easy to talk to you. You're
Oh,
such a
so
good
easy to
guy.
talk to you too,
Yeah,
man.
that's right. Even if I use the word embed, or is that the word? A couple
Alluded.
of times. Alluded to. Yeah, that's right. I already forgot. I probably, yeah. Um, anyways, yeah, we're good for that. I appreciate it. And
Right.
we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
All right.
Later, everybody.
Cheers.